Well, Tuesday was certainly a cold and wintry day. We had the wind, we had the snow, and it was definitely one of those days that felt like we were transported back in time to December, shall we say. But it was actually March 14th, and as we look ahead to March 15th, it is going to be completely different. Yes, it's still a little on the cold side, but there will be a lot of sunshine, so it's going to be a very, very different looking day across western New York. And I think a lot of people are going to be much happier to just see the sunshine. I know that people have been stopping by where I work and they've been saying, you know, all I want to see is just some sunshine. I don't even care if it's cold. Well, that's exactly what we have on the way for Wednesday, which is great news because we certainly could use a bit of a change in scenery. You know, it's also one of those things that we've just been kind of keeping tabs on, but it has been 17 consecutive Fridays where we've had at least a trace of rain or snow, and we're going to make it 18 because we have some more wet weather on the way for Friday, St. Patrick's Day as well. So this is a streak that looks like it could continue, especially as we head towards Friday, and then we're going to look ahead to next Friday. Not exactly sure what that will hold in store, but you know, we'll hang on to this streak for as long as we can. But you're not dreaming if you've been thinking, why are we headed into the weekend and every Friday it seems like it's wet? It's going all the way back to November 11th when we had the first kind of stretch of wet weather on a Friday. So here's Future Look taking us through the overnight, and you know, the best thing about this is that even though we do have those northwesterly winds, it will drive away some of the cloud cover. So we take you to about 3 o'clock, still cloudy. I think for our early risers that get up with Patrick and the Daybreak crew on Wednesday morning, it is still going to be a cloudy start, but by the time we get to about 7, 8 o'clock, notice that some of those clouds will start to ease out of western New York. So we do have sunshine. You'll need the sunglasses for the morning commute. It should really improve drastically from top to bottom of our viewing area, from Barker all the way down to Bradford, by the time we get to about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we are just enjoying a day filled with sunshine. Notice the winds, they are rather light. They're better than they were on Tuesday, and then we head into a mostly sunny afternoon. It is going to be really nice. Need the sunglasses for sure, and temperatures, they're not going to spike all that much, but at least there's a bright day ahead. Now, as we head into Wednesday night, some clouds do return. The next kind of batch of clouds will make its way in here. So Thursday is still dry, but not nearly as sunny. Notice even in the morning hours, we get some of that filtered sunshine. You'll still need the sunglasses for the morning commute on Thursday, but all in all, the clouds are back. This is trying to squeeze out a few showers. Some of those clouds may just have enough moisture to just be wrung out. It's kind of like the very end of a washcloth as you're trying to wring out all the water there. May bring a stray shower or two, not enough for us to warrant a change on the 7-day, but most of the area stays dry. It's just a bit cloudier, but as we head towards Thursday evening, some of those showers will start to kind of move on through. Now, as we've been watching this nor'easter work its way up the eastern seaboard, it certainly has been one of those situations to watch. Areas in Massachusetts have picked up close to 2 feet of snow. Areas further east from us, they've been dealing with significant snowfall and a lot of rain for areas along the coast in Cape Cod and Massachusetts and Boston as well. But for us, we kind of got away with hardly anything. Just some of that light lake effect snow was working through the area on Tuesday, but Wednesday, again, look at the sunshine. That dry slot there is super impressive. But as we head towards Thursday, again, here come the clouds. They're working their way in. So again, not too sunny on Thursday, but just enough where it will still look kind of nice out there at least. And then we do have some of this rain headed our way. This system is going to try and work its way in. So by about Thursday evening, the clouds are back. So it really is just going to be back to kind of the default setting for March across western New York. And so those rain showers try to creep in by Friday morning, and it will be a soggy day for sure. Also, winds will be out of the south, so it does boost our temperatures because it's that warm air flowing over Ohio and Pennsylvania right into western New York. And then we're kind of just stuck in those rain showers for pretty much all day on Friday. So really a wet St. Patrick's Day goes with the aesthetic here, the green for the holiday. And we will have behind it colder air. So you'll notice when we get to the 7-day forecast that there's a sharp drop in temperatures. And what we are seeing here is probably what people don't want me to say, is the potential for some lake effect snow to develop. It doesn't look like it's anything that is going to deliver copious amounts of snow, but you watch this setup here. It does put some of that snow back into western New York over a wide open lake. This is what happens. So we could get into some snow shower activity throughout the day on Saturday, and then as this kind of works its way out by Sunday, this will kind of dissipate pretty quickly, transitioning to just some very light snow showers, if any at all. But this model actually has had a pretty heavy hand on it, and it hasn't done so well with snow so far this season. So we're thinking that it's mainly just some snow on Saturday, not looking like it hangs on into Sunday, but of course we're still a few days out from this, so we're going to watch that closely, but definitely something just to keep in mind at this point. In terms of the wind gusts tomorrow, you know, it's still going to be a little bit breezy. Winds will not be as bad as they were today. Certainly gustier for areas as you head out towards Livingston, Wayne, Ontario, and Monroe counties, but not for us, really. The winds are going to be pretty manageable. It will still feel kind of cold out there, so just kind of prepare for that. But overall, the winds much better than they were. Now, as we head into Thursday, well, it's going to get a little breezy once again, so those winds are going to be back. You'll notice them as we head into the morning hours, this time with that different flow, the southwesterly flow, so it does bump up temperatures a little bit, so it provides kind of a lift in terms of our daytime highs, but you'll notice that those winds do hang around, especially during the afternoon. And then things start to get a little gustier as we head into Friday. Notice the change in wind direction. So now we're talking about a southerly wind, and these wind gusts are going to crank up as we head towards Friday afternoon, as those winds start to gust close to 30, 35 miles per hour, especially as we head towards the afternoon. So yes, it will be warmer on Friday, but again, this is what we're watching as the front approaches. Those gusts will be very strong for the second half of the day, really. 40-mile-per-hour gusts cannot be ruled out at this point. But as we look ahead, right, everyone's been thinking, okay, first day of spring coming up on Monday, where are temperatures headed? Well, this is the temperature trend for the nation, looking 6 to 10 days ahead, kind of giving you a little bit of a sneak peek to the 7 days. So it's going to be really cold out west for the California coast there, and out towards Nevada, Idaho, and areas in the Pacific Northwest, still dealing with colder than average temperatures. But for us, temperatures will be near normal. So we're hanging around the low 40s for daytime highs, generally expecting that trend to continue. Of course, we could be a little bit above and a little bit below, but we'll likely be hanging around our normals for this time of year. As we look in terms of precipitation, again, areas in the mountains, California, they've been dealing with so much snow, so much precipitation. That trend is going to continue as atmospheric rivers just kind of deliver conveyor belts upon conveyor belts of moisture into those regions. A lot of the lower 48 will be dealing with slightly higher chances for precipitation. So we have a 33% chance for above average precipitation. What does that mean? Just means that some days during this window, we have a better chance of getting into a little bit more rain or snow shower activity. So that's kind of the trend as we head into that kind of window of time. So let's show you the 7-day forecast. So Wednesday looks great. I would say it's probably the nicest looking day for the rest of this week, this calendar week. So it will be cold, but you know, again, sunshine, it's the trade-offs that we have to make here in Western New York. For Thursday, I'm being a little optimistic with how much sunshine we'll see. Definitely expecting a lot of clouds across the region. For Friday, for St. Patrick's Day, it's going to be quite rainy across Western New York, but the temperature drop is really what I want you to focus on. 15 to 20 degree temperature drop can't be ruled out, especially as that cold front moves through Friday night when those winds are especially gusty. For Saturday, for Sunday, temperatures on the cold side, right around the freezing mark, but it's Saturday where we could be dealing with some snow. Generally, but certainly Buffalo zone could get a little bit of lake effect from that. For Sunday, again, decent, okay, maybe a little cold for the St. Patrick's Day parade, but I think we've had colder, and we've also had St. Patrick's Day parades with snow, so I think we'll take it. And as we head into Monday, mainly sunny conditions for the first day of spring. Tuesday, not looking that bad either as temperatures get up into the low 40s. All right, for the south towns in the southern tier, again, a mainly sunny Wednesday. More clouds on Thursday, but still look at temperatures in the low 40s. So it's kind of a change there. But yes, we do hit 50 degrees on Friday, but it's windy. It's going to turn into that cold rain. I know that's probably the most miserable feeling ever. As we head into Saturday, some of that lake effect snow could set up, especially for the south towns. It looks like it's a possibility of some snow showers working their way in for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Again, varying amounts of sunshine across the region. Will slowly warm up from Sunday, which is cold, into Monday and Tuesday as things get a little more seasonal across western New York. Thanks for tuning in.